Well, candidates in Omaha's congressional race have spent a lot of time and energy with their campaigns to build support on this election day. Republican Don Bacon is seeking a second term in Congress and joining me live in studio right now. Good morning, Don.
Good morning. It's good to be with you.
So we were talking, and I didn't even think about this. I was saying, is it harder this time around as an incumbent, or was it harder as a challenger? And you're telling me you had a job to do still in D.C.
Right.
while you're campaigning. So talk about that.
So we had to do our official duties, constituent services. Primarily the last month's been constituent services, but before that, we're voting 4 or 5 times a week. And so it's very important to take care of my job first and then campaign. So it's a little more of a challenge this time. My elected duties had to come first.
Yes, and that's why the people will choose
Right.
you. And talk about that. You tout not only low unemployment rates, but a great economy. What other things do you think you've accomplished the past 2 years in D.C. for the people?
Well, that is the big thing. Our economy is growing 3 times the rate that it was 2 years ago. The lowest unemployment in 49 years. The best ever for African Americans and Hispanic Americans. But I'm also very proud of the work that I've done on restoring our military strength. 2 years ago, half the Navy aircraft couldn't fly. 58 combat brigades in the Army, only 3 were able to deploy. And our fighter pilots are getting about 1/3 of the flight time that they should be getting. So we fixed that, and I was one of the leaders in the House doing that. And I'm proud of the work we've done with VA, with the Veterans Administration for our veterans. The opioid crisis, we made some good work on that. And also sex trafficking. We've gone after those websites that have women in bondage, and I think we've made a lot of progress there too.
So it sounds like you've done a lot of work, and you hope to do a lot more work for the people.
There's more to do.
Yes, more to do. And talk about getting people out to the polls. There's a lot on the line. We've seen the ads, we've heard about it. You were going after, say, the moderate Democrats and the independents. You kind of shifted your focus back to your base this weekend. Talk about that.
Well, for most of the campaign, I wanted to focus on independents, the moderates of both parties, because that's how you win in Nebraska. And I think my opponent really focused on getting the base out. But this past week, now it's focused on making sure all those folks who want to vote, that we get them out to vote, because this is going to be a turnout election. So we have to get out and vote if we want to win.
And polls open in about 2 hours.
Right.
And how do you differ from your challenger, Cara Eastman? Why should people choose you on the ballot?
Well, we're totally different philosophically. I'm a conservative, pragmatic conservative. She belongs to the Bernie Sanders wing of the party. And just take healthcare, for example. She wants to have a government single payer take over all those healthcare policies and run them all. So there's about 70 million plus people that have employer provided insurance for their family or union provided. That all goes away. And most people like that insurance. And so I want to do more pragmatic fixes. 70% of the people like their healthcare, 30% are struggling. Let's work on that 30%. Let's not throw that whole thing under the bus. That's her plan. And so she has a big government, one-size-fits-all approach to that, also college education. And I'm more of a pragmatic conservative. So I think there's some huge different, on every issue we're different. Take abortion, for example. I am pro-life, but she says there should be no exceptions in the end. I think most of Nebraska at least think, the 20-week ban is a smart way to go. But you can take every issue, Second Amendment, all the way down, we're different.
Yeah, 2 very different candidates on the ballot. All that matters, though, is people get out and vote. And you're going to continue to campaign throughout the day.
All day.
Every vote counts. Well, we thank you for joining us, Don. And you can learn more about the candidates in the District 2 congressional race on our website. That's 3newsnow.com. We'll be right back. You're watching 3 News Now this morning.